is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Hello and hello. Welcome back to the Undisputed Champ YouTube boxing channel. We're back with another one. If you like the videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you share the videos. And today we're talking about AJ Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. It's fight week. We're going to be making our predictions and we're going to be talking a little bit about some news coming out of the AJ camp. So moving on to our fight prediction. I'm very conflicted. I'm very conflicted because I've looked at Usyk and to be honest, I've seen pretty much all of Usyk's career. I've seen him on the come up. I knew him when he was at the London 2012 Olympics where he won gold in the heavyweight division, which is actually the cruiserweight division in professional boxing. And he's pretty much had a stellar career from there. He's become undisputed at cruiserweight and he's jumped up to heavyweight. He's looked impressive in near enough all his cruiserweight fights. He went away from home to win all of his belts. And he's a top fighter. What makes me even a bit more weary about just flooding in to pick AJ is that Usyk was Vladimir Klitschko's main sparring partner for years. And Klitschko pushes himself in sparring. He doesn't take things easy, he doesn't take days off, he pushes himself hard. And if he's using Usyk day in, day out, he rates Usyk's skills. And I've heard rumours at that camp that Usyk was giving Klitschko the work. Usyk was more than holding his own, and because of his superior footwork and his high boxing IQ, Klitschko loved him. It was some of the best work Klitschko's ever had. So Usyk being Klitschko's chief sparring partner, Usyk being undisputed at cruiserweight, Usyk having a high boxing IQ, it makes it very hard to pick against Usyk. Very, very hard. But then at the same time, we have AJ. AJ also an Olympic gold medalist in London 2012, but at the super heavyweight division, which is heavyweight in professional boxing. AJ, who's got the best resume in the heavyweight division currently, he's fought the likes of Dylan White. He's fought the likes of Vladimir Klitschko. He's fought these big names. He's fought Joseph Parker. He's got names on his resume. He's come through. He's lost and he's come back. Sometimes in taking a loss and coming back, it makes you a better fighter. So it's hard to pick. Like I can see Usyk giving AJ a hard night's work, moving, coming in and out with movement, using angles, using his southpaw stance, just making it very difficult for AJ. And I will actually say I think Usyk probably has the better boxing IQ because he's shown me more looks than AJ has. But at the same time, this is heavyweight boxing. And in heavyweight boxing, a big punch can change anything. And I think if AJ is going to win this fight, he shouldn't go into a toe-to-toe battle with Usyk. He should instead go in there and he should look to take Usyk's head off. I think he slimmed down. From the clips I've seen, he looks a little bit slimmer, but I hope he hasn't slimmed down to the weight of the second Ruiz fight. I hope he's coming there with a little bit of bulk and he should look to take Usyk's head off. Usyk hasn't looked impressive in his two heavyweight fights. He looks a bit slower. The punching power doesn't look the same as it did at Cruiser. And if AJ comes in with that mentality of it's kill or be killed, which he normally does come with, you're going before I go, I think AJ could win this fight. And I don't want to pick with my heart. I'm going to pick solely with my head, and I'm going to say AJ by late. But AJ by. Am I going to say AJ by late stoppage? Or am I going to say AJ on points? Because and even then I can still see Usyk sneaking out. I can see Usyk just making it very difficult for AJ in there. You know what? I'm going to say AJ by late stoppage because I think even if Usyk does make it difficult in there, AJ's going to hit a point in that fight where he says, that's it. And he's going to stick it on Usyk. And I don't think Usyk's going to be able to survive that. He's going to try and move. He's going to try and dance around. But I don't think he's going to have the strength to really tie AJ up or to hold AJ. So I think AJ's just going to let loose on him. And I think that damage, that when Usyk feels that real heavyweight power, that damage might be enough to take Usyk out of there. On another note, I've heard today that AJ signed a lifelong deal with Matchroom, or career-long deal with Matchroom, meaning anytime he wants to box from now until the end of his career. Even if he retires and comes back, he'll be signed to Matchroom as Matchroom will be his promoter, and he'll be signed to Matchroom. I would love to see the details of this deal. I would love to see it, because right now I just don't see how this could be a good deal. No matter how much money Matchroom offers, I don't see how splitting any money with Matchroom could be a good deal. I think AJ's a big enough entity to go out on his own. He's already got his management company. I think he's big enough to go out on his own and promote himself. We've seen how to make money in this boxing, how to make life-changing money, how to make career-altering money, how to make sports history-altering money, and that is the Floyd Mayweather model, where you become your own promoter. You have someone guiding you, or someone who knows, someone like Al Heyman, and you don't even need that. You can just take the model that Al Heyman has put out. You become your own promoter, you promote your own fights, and you fight to your own tune. Yes, AJ might be fighting to his own tune, but signing a lifelong deal with Matchroom and being tied to Matchroom for the rest of your career, I just can't see it as a good deal. I think he should have left Matchroom before signing this current contract he's in with Matchroom. I think he should have left the last time he had the opportunity to leave and become his own promoter. It's more risky, but the reward is greater. I just can't see how being tied to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's the best promoter right now, but it doesn't mean he's going to be the best promoter forever. We've seen promoters come, we've seen promoters go. Don King was the best promoter in the world at one time. He went. We've seen Frank Warren be at the top of the game, and he dropped off from the top. Even Bob Arum's 90, late 80s. He's not the promoter that he once was. People come and people go, and I think AJ should have gone out on his own. We've seen it work for Oscar De La Hoya. He became immensely rich. We've seen it work with Floyd Mayweather. He became not the richest boxer, but one of the richest sportsmen of all time. That is the route to go down, and I just don't think it's a good decision by AJ. But at the same time, I didn't see the deal. Maybe there's ownership in the deal. Maybe there's different splits depending on how much revenue. I don't know. I would love to. I would pay money to look at that deal. I would pay money. If someone was like, "We're going to charge you to read this," I would pay to read that contract, because I'm super intrigued at what he could have signed that could have made him want to sign such a deal like that. But anyways, yeah. AJ by late stoppage. It was tough to get to that decision, but I won't be surprised if Usyk does give him fits in there. I won't be surprised at all. It's not going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be an easy fight at all. But yeah, on to the next one.